Hello, amiibros. This is Jason of GamerTalks, and yes, I'm pointing out my PlayStation 2. Why? It's because I'm going to be doing a collection video. Now, I've previously done one of these probably about 6 months ago, but now, since it's June, it's increased by now. Now, looking over to there, I can't speak. That's all my PlayStation 2 games, and there is 45 of them. 45 PlayStation 2 games. I'm sure it's not as big as some other people's, but it's something. Yeah, I know it's a mess in here. I'm in my I guess vacation home, sort of. It's a trailer. But yeah, I don't really know what to give about my thoughts of the PlayStation 2. I mean, as you can see, look at the amount of games I have. But this was pretty much like my childhood PS2. This is actually this one has actually survived a long way. I think this PS2 Slim, I got it, my parents got it in 2004 or 5. I could be completely wrong, because it's a Slim. And yeah, just have a lot of memories on this thing. So yeah, here's my PS2 with my memory cards and my PlayStation 1 memory card. My controllers. And yeah, so now, let's start. And now, let's begin. So, for my PlayStation 2 games, I have a lot of duologies and trilogies, and I have one, I guess, quadrology or something like that. And yeah. So let's start. Starting with the first game I have, and it's Nicktoons Unite, which is actually not that bad of a licensed game, to be completely honest. And something off topic. If you hear something, this is my radio playing Ed Sheeran. And yeah, Nicktoons Unite. This game is actually not that bad for a licensed game. You know, because why would you not want to go on an adventure with SpongeBob, Danny Phantom, Jimmy Neutron, and Timmy Turner against their evil characters from their shows? You know, Mr. Crocker. I forgot his name from Jimmy Neutron. Vlad from Danny Phantom, and Plankton. I mean, why not? Why would you not want to pass up the opportunity to play with those characters and take on the evil characters from their shows? I mean, why not? And then next is Cars, which this copy I think doesn't work for some reason. Because I tried it on my PS2 I think a few months ago and it didn't work. I don't know why, because it seems like it aims like a decent game. I mean, it's probably not as great as something like Need for Speed or Mario Kart, but hey, it could be something at the very least. And then Cars Mater National Championship, which is basically like this game, probably, except I've actually beaten this one. It's really not that long of a game. It's not a hard game either. I think this game's also on the Wii, so maybe you could give it a shot on the Wii. Look at that. Camera focus. Focus, there we go. Featuring special guests Mike and Sully from Monster Trucks Inc. I can't speak. But that game doesn't exist, so why did they put it on the back when they knew that the game does not exist? I don't know why. It was either Pixar's fault or THQ's fault. And then next is the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, which I also have in the original Xbox. Now the first SpongeBob movie, oh my god. I could probably quote that movie all day. What'll it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup? I can just keep going all day. Like riding the Hasselhoff and having the paddy wagon. I mean, come on. It's the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. If you like the first the show like I do, you're definitely gonna like this game, or especially in the movie. Because because the game's based on the movie. Duh, it's called the movie. It's SpongeBob SquarePants movie. Alright, then next is The Sims 2 and Sims Bustin' Out. Now, I have not played the Sims games. I got these at a yard sale for $1, and that was a really good deal. But yeah, I still have yet to play either one of them, so I don't really have any experience with these, but there is something interesting about The Sims 2, I think. Yeah. In here, well, I have the black label disc, and the front is greatest hits. But this manual is actually the PC version's manual. Because I noticed it's much thicker than probably the console one, because Bustin' Out has a much smaller one. which is really weird to be completely honest. Next is Drome Racers, which, if it wasn't for that Lego logo, I would never have guessed that this was a Lego game. I mean, I haven't played it yet, so I don't know what to expect. Because in the Drome, everyone lives for racing. I mean, looking at the game, it kind of reminds me of Lego Racers, which I have in the PC. I mean, just look at it. Lego version of Mario Kart. That's what Lego Racers pretty much was. Despite, even though, you know, so much difficulty wrapping Lego Racers. But I'm sure Drome Racers is probably easier, so that's just what the vibe I'm getting. Alright, and then Lego Star Wars, which I think was one of the first Lego games I ever got. This is the only one I have on the PS2, aside from Drome Racers. But I mean, in terms of like a traditional Lego game, this is the only one I have. And Lego Star Wars, such a fun game. I also have this game in the original Xbox. But my god, if you ever want to see the prequel trilogy done right, you know, without lots of talky bits and you know, visual storytelling, you will definitely like this game because Jar Jar practically says nothing. But you know, that's a great Lego game if you ever want to get into the Lego games. You can get into any of them, but I'd probably start with either this one or maybe Lego Batman 1. And then next, Finding Nemo, which is more of a, I guess, adventure game, sort of. Well, it's a level-by-level adventure game, I guess. No, puzzle game, because there's about a bunch of puzzles in the game. But some of the puzzles are more annoying than others. Like, if you play the slide puzzle, mini puzzles, those get annoying. But, you know, Finding Nemo, it's not going to take everything from the movie. Because some of the crap in this game is completely made up. Even though it says right here, fish are friends, not food. And then there's Bruce with a smile like, hello. I mean, come on. It's Bruce. He's awesome. Like everything else in Finding Nemo. Well, in the movie. Alright, and then next is Fanta Vision. Which, I got this game at Bull Moose. And so far I haven't played it that much, but it's weird to be completely honest, because you're basically a light and you have to, I guess, connect to other lights. I don't know. I really don't know much about this game, but all I know is that this was one of the launch titles for the PlayStation 2, because the game came out in 2000. That was when the PS2 came out. I don't know. I don't really know about how the game actually plays, to be completely honest, because I just tried it. Alright, then next, we got Buzz Robo Jam. Well, Buzz Jr. Robo Jam. Buzz the Mega Quiz. And Buzz Jr. Jungle Party. Yeah, I got 3 of the Buzz games, because I actually really like playing the Buzz games. I mean, right now, I don't have any controllers that work right now, but I think I have some back in my actual play at home. But like, if you play this with a family, you're really gonna have a fun time, because I like playing it with my brother and my mother and my cousins, and it's a lot of fun. Because why would you want to take a party game seriously anyway? That just kills the vibe. Like, if you try to take Mario Party seriously, like, why am I in the car? That's not gonna help. Like same with this. Like, what's it want? Why do I a monkey? Why am I a cartoony robot? People will complain about literally anything in life. And then next is Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. You know, the good prequel movie by default. So far, I haven't played this game, and I got this at a yard. I also got this at a yard sale for $1. I think last year, and that was or 2 years ago. That was a really good deal, because I actually heard this isn't that bad of a Star Wars game. I mean, sure, it's not as good as like Knights of the Old Republic or what's it, Jedi, not Jedi Power Battles, Jedi Knight. But this game actually looks pretty good. I saw some gameplay of it, and it's basically like beat 'em up with the Jedis, and then in here is this little Lego Star Wars original trilogy advertisement in here, and then how to contact LucasArts, which LucasArts, If only you guys were still around before Disney terminated pretty much everything that Lucasfilm can do when they were with Fox. Alright, and then next is PacMan World 2, PacMan World 3, and PacMan World Rally. Now, PacMan World 2 is a really fun 3D platformer. I mean, right now I'm near the end. I'm at the final world. I'm at the haunted boardwalk, I think. I could be wrong, but that's such a fun game. I mean, I kind of prefer PacMan World 1 probably from nostalgia, but hey. And then PacMan World 3 is it's decent. I mean, it's not as great as like 1 or 2, but 3 is decent. I mean, the beat-em-up combat is really unnecessary, and some of the voice acting isn't that great, but even then, the game is decent. And then PacMan World Rally is actually a pretty fun racing game. I mean, because me and my brother like playing the battle mode in this game, and it's just something about it that it's like he's just charging with a banana. Like, if you play the game for yourself, you'll know exactly what I mean. Yeah. Like, you should try any of these games out. I'd recommend starting with the first one, but PacMan World 2 is also a fun game. I also have this on the original Xbox. A lot of my PS2, some of my PS2 games I also have in the original Xbox for some weird reason. All right, and then next is Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec. Now, I haven't gone extensively into the Gran Turismo games. I have Gran Turismo 1 and Gran Turismo 5, but I don't have Gran Turismo 4, so I can't give my thoughts on that. And I can't really give my thoughts on the Gran Turismo games because I haven't gone that deep into them, but so far I think I like 3 and 5 more than 1. Maybe it's because of how realistic it is. I don't know. Like, I haven't tried the simulation modes in any of these games, like how realistic it is, because I'm no car enthusiast. I'm like, yes, this car is going this way at a perfect angle like this. Like, the parts work perfectly fine. Yeah, I don't care about that stuff. All I care about is like having fun in a game. That's what the simulation mode I think is about. But playing arcade mode, it's actually not about a racing game, but it's more about like realism more than it is like pure fun. I think like Forza, Mario Kart, and Need for Speed. Alright, and then next is Strike Force Bowling, which is a bowling game, which if you watch my first original Xbox collection, my second original Xbox collection that I did 6 months ago, I had a game called AMF Bowling 2004, which was created by some guys at Bethesda, I think, a guy called Mud Duck. And it wasn't that great, to be honest. Mostly because there isn't a lot of content in the game and the controls are kind of screwy. But Strike Force Bowling is actually okay. Like, there's some fun modes in this game. Like, there's a golf mode, or I think a stocks mode in there. In here, I think it says somewhere. Can't find it, but if you play the game for yourself, you'll know exactly what I mean. Trust me, it's not that bad of a bowling game. It's not a Wii Sports Bowling, but it's something. And then next is ATV OffRoad Fury and ATV OffRoad Fury 2. ATV OffRoad Fury I got because I'm nostalgic for this game, because I remember I think deliberately falling off my bike or like going ugh. Or if you're going fly in the air, I think if you go past the boundaries, you'll go, wow, ugh. And I think ATV OffRoad Fury 2 does the exact same thing. Hold on, let me close this curtain. Because this glare is kind of distracting. Hey! What did I say? Crap, now it's probably an even bigger glare. Alright, but anyways. ATV OffRoad Fury 2, I'm sure... Sorry, there's a hair in my camera. I'm sure it's like the first ATV OffRoad Fury with the and the modes, but ATV OffRoad Fury, the first one, I'm sure is really, really good. Like the second one, Because I know this used to be a series, like, because there's a 3 and a ATV OffRoad Fury 3 and 4. But I don't really know about those games. Hold on, let me fix the curtain. Alright, I'm back. Let me just put these up here. I don't know why, because they're still in the first pile. But still, I want to try sink some more time into those games. Alright, and then the last game in the first pile is SpiderMan 3. Oh boy, SpiderMan 3. Now, I haven't seen SpiderMan 3. I heard that some people say this is completely awful, and some people actually think it's eh. So I can't give my thoughts on Spider-Man 3, but the first Spider-Man game and movie are fun. Like the first Spider-Man movie is a great movie. But I haven't seen Spider-Man 2 yet, but I know I can't speak. So then Spider-Man 3 is judging from the gameplay, it doesn't look as good as like Spider-Man 2. But this is cool. Like they got was it Topher Grace in it, which I think was he Venom? I could be Thomas Haddon Church, and they got Tobey Maguire, which I don't know if he sounds like he's daydreaming like he is in the first game, but I don't know. I've never played that game, so I can't give my thoughts on it. Alright, and then now moving on to the second pile, starting with Ghost Recon Jungle Storm. Now, you know, it's just a normal Ghost Recon game. It's not like Wildlands with the open world or any of the other ones like Advanced Warfighter, I think. I don't know. But the thing I like the most about Ghost Recon Jungle Storm is how one of your soldiers has a last name of Gribble. So every time I yell at him, like, Gribble! Gribble! Go that way! Come on, Gribble! Do your Gribble job! Be a Gribble! I don't know, I like doing that. I mean, I'm not that familiar with the Ghost Recon games, and I'm sure the names are probably just randomly created or something like that, but Ghost Recon Jungle Storm is not bad. I mean, what else is weird is that the first Ghost Recon was multi-platform, and then Island Thunder, the first expansion, is only for the original Xbox and I think PC. And then this one, Jungle Storm, is only for the PlayStation 2. Now, whatever Ubisoft was smoking, I don't know what they were smoking, but I don't know why they did that. To be completely honest. Sorry, my fingers got in the way. And then next is Smuggler's Run, which I think was another launch title for the PlayStation 2. One of the two by Rockstar. And it's basically an open world driving game where you smuggle drugs, I think, to gangs or cartels. I could be wrong about that, because I probably spent more time driving around in the open world more than doing the missions, because it's more fun to do it that way. I mean, why not? But that's a fun game. I don't know how good it is to some of the other driving games. Because I know Rockstar, I think, also did the first Midnight Club, which was a launch title for the PS2. And I don't know what else from there. Because I know there was a second one and there's a GameCube port. And that's it. Probably because Rockstar wanted to move on to some other games. Alright, then next, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. Now, this game I just started playing yesterday. And this is such a fun platformer. I mean, this is coming from a guy who's not that familiar with Naughty Dog. I mean, I have the Uncharted games, and I have the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy, but I don't have the PS1 originals. But, my god, Jak and Daxter, the Precursor Legacy. This game looks impressive for the PlayStation 2. Like, graphically, the game looks impressive, and it actually kind of still holds up today. Like, the animations. I mean, just look at Dexter's smile, like, yeah. But this game is so much fun. I mean, it's not my favorite out of the PlayStation 2 platformers, and I don't have Jak 2 and 3 to help support that. But such a fun platformer. All right, and then next is, speaking of Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, and Crash Twinsanity. Now, I'm probably one of the few people out there who actually thinks Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex is good, but it has some problems. Like some of the vehicle missions are just kind of dumb, and a good majority of them only appear once in the game. what else? The boss fights aren't so great either. And yeah, and this story is kind of, yeah. But the game is still like a Crash Bandicoot game. It's still a ton of fun, just bouncing around as Crash Bandicoot and taking out the evil Crunch Bandicoot and of course the evil Cortex. That movie. And what's weird is that Konami's name is on this game for some weird reason. And Crash Twinsanity, I've heard, is better than Wrath of Cortex. But I've heard that the game is short, and I haven't gone that far in the game to prove it. But Twinsanity is better than Wrath of Cortex. Of course, well, in my opinion, I think Twinsanity is better than Wrath of Cortex from experience. Probably because of the open world stuff, and because the game is actually pretty funny. I'm surprised that there's some humor in this game. I mean, it's weird humor, don't get me wrong. But, yeah. It's such fun with Crash Twinsanity, just swinging around Cortex, just doing his stuff where you're like, haha, Cortex, you do that. Alright, and then next is Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Oh, wait, let me try that again. Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. Okay, I'm sorry for making your ears bleed, but Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater. I haven't played this game. I don't know why I haven't played this game yet. I mean, I want to, don't get me wrong. Because I love Metal Gear Solid 5, and Metal Gear Solid 2 is a great game, and so is Metal Gear Solid 4. I haven't played the first MGS, so I can't prove my case on that, but 5 is my favorite so far. Phantom Pain, my god. And it's Snake Eater, of course, has the jungle stuff, and shorter cutscenes, and it's the intro, well, the first game in the canon. I don't have Metal Gear Solid 2 on the PS2, but I have it on the Xbox. So I guess that just proves my case that I have Metal Gear Solid 2. Even then, Metal Gear Solid 2 is pretty cheap on the PS2. And then next is Crazy Taxi. You know, the PS2 version. And now I don't have the Dreamcast version, so I don't know if there's any differences between this and this version. But such a dumb idea, but it's so fun. Because like Sega kind of knew what to do with like dumb ideas. I think Jet Set Radio kind of sounds like it could be a dumb idea, but probably not, because I haven't played Jet Set Radio. But Crazy Taxi, such a fun, like, arcade driving game. Like, you can get this game on the GameCube if you want to. You know, if you're like, I don't like PlayStation, or I don't like Sega, or something like that. Because you should definitely try it. I'm sure because I know the first Crazy Taxi is like a highlight of the Dreamcast library. But hey. Alright, and then we got Hot Shots Golf 3 and Hot Shots Golf 4. Yeah, Hot Shots Golf. It's golf. If you like golf, you're definitely gonna like these games, cause if you like Mario Golf Toadstool Tour, you'll probably like these games as well. Cause both of them seem very similar to each other. Cause like, I mean, just look at these guys. Cartoony looking guys, like, oh no, I lost my club, and no, why did my ball go in the hole? They just look at them, they're freaking out. Like, their balls just went flying, and they didn't get to their goal. But Hot Shots Golf, like I said, if you like golf, you're definitely gonna like these games. Or if you like the Mario Golf games, because I've only played Toadstool Tour for Mario Golf, but even still, these games are fun. And then next is Namco Museum, which there's probably a bunch of Namco Museums you can get on pretty much any system. But here's the PS2 one. And this one has, let's see, PacMan arrangement. Come on, camera, focus. Focus, there we go. Get the glare off. Galaga arrangement, Dig Dug arrangement, Dig Dug, Miss Pac-Man, Galaxian, Pole Position, and Pole Position 2. Now, fun arcade games, for the PS2, because why not? Hold on, let me fix the curtain again. Okay, there we go. Yeah, but yeah, Namco Museum. You can also get this version on the GameCube and the Xbox if, I don't like PlayStation, or again, something like that. But yeah, you probably will get this just because of Pac-Man arrangement, Dig Dug arrangement, and Galaga arrangement, just to try them out, because they're basically like little story modes to an arcade game, and that's pretty much it. And there's some unlockable games like Pac-Mania and I think Xevious, but I could be completely wrong. And the next is Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. Like, destroy it! The ring is mine. No! Stop. Just stop. Just try to stop making that reference. Lord of the Rings: Return of the King is I guess a beat 'em up. And I haven't played it to prove it, but I'm sure it probably has pretty much most of the plot from the movie. And yeah, I'm sure it's a great game. It's just I haven't had the time to play it. And then next is Pinball Hall of Fame: The Gottlieb Collection. Now this I'm nostalgic for because even though I'm not a pinball enthusiast by any means, like these Gottlieb tables are really fun. Let's see which ones are they? Ace High, Central Park, on camera focus, Big Shot, Genie, Black Hole, Victory, and Teed Off. And my favorite ones are Black Hole and Genie. But this is actually the second copy that I've had. Like the other copy I had scratched beyond belief. Like if you're into Gottlieb pinball tables or pinball in general, you're definitely gonna like this game. Because I think I once encountered a Genie table at an old arcade that's now out of business. Alright, and then next is Zone of the Enders, which right now is one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games. I mean, it's filled with cutscenes because of that little guy right there, Hideo Kojima, who used to be a part of these guys. Because Zone of the Enders, it's such a cool looking game. Like if you start the game, like I mean, just looking at the cover, you got robots and space. And yeah, I'm sure like most people probably don't even play Zone of the Enders because they did it for this. The Metal Gear Solid 2 demo that's in the game. But if you try to ignore the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo, you'll probably really like Zone of the Enders. Like it's basically a beat 'em up, a flying beat 'em up with robots. Like it's a cool mech game. Different than Mech Assault and of course Steel Battalion. But in here there's the manual is actually there's actually two different sides to the manual. There's this one which is for Zone of the Enders, and then if you flip it over, here's Metal Gear Solid 2. Because the manual is really thin. There's a few pages for Metal Gear Solid 2 and then some for Zone of the Enders. So here's the Zone of the Enders disc, and then here's the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo disc. But you should really try either one of these out. Like, especially try Zone of the Enders. Because I know this game got a sequel and a collection remaster for the PS3 and 360. And the sequel, I think, was just called The Second Runner, is getting a VR version for the PS4. Which is cool. And then next, oh boy, is Ratchet & Clank. Ratchet & Clank Going Commando. And Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. Along with Ratchet Deadlocked. Now, the Ratchet & Clank games are definitely for sure one of my favorite PlayStation 2 games. This is my favorite out of the PS2 platformers. Because I prefer it over Jak and Daxter, and I haven't played Sly Cooper, so I can't rest my case on Sly Cooper yet. But the Ratchet & Clank games, oh my god, such fun platformers. Like, it's because of the weapons. Because there's just some crazy weapons in these games. Like, there's some typical ones like blasters and flamethrowers. And then you got a weapon that throws mini drones one that shoots spikes. What's another one? Typical lock-on bazooka, guided missile, and there's so many others that I can think of. It's just I haven't gotten this far in Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal. But the first game I am at the final boss. And then Ratchet Deadlocked. I just got this game recently, so I can't say anything on that. But judging from the back of Ratchet Deadlocked, it's more like an arena game. like a gladiator battle, because that's what I'm getting from the front. But then you should definitely get the Ratchet and Clank trilogy, and I can't rest my case on Ratchet Deadlocked because I haven't played it yet. So, like, just play any of these games. Just do it. Ratchet and Clank is one of my favorite platformers ever. It's so awesome. I think these games are probably the reason why I love Insomniac so much. That and the first Spyro and Sunset Overdrive. Alright, and then next is Defender, which I'm sure is probably like a remake of the arcade game of some kind, but I could be completely wrong because this is in 3D and I haven't played the original arcade game. I think I might have once, but I could be completely wrong. And even if you do, I think it says somewhere that you can play the original, but I could be wrong. What else is weird is that what's it? The disc has this from Movie Gallery. I don't know. I haven't played the game that much, but it seems like a cool flying game. And speaking of flying games, we have Ace Combat 4: Shattered Skies. Again, I haven't played this game either, but from what the little I've played, the controls are kind of weird. Maybe it's because of for realism or something. I don't know. But it seems like a cool flying game, like a lot of other flying games, like Star Wars Rogue Squadron or Star Wars Starfighter, probably some other flying games that I can't think of. But yeah, I have nothing for Ace Combat 4 either. And then next is Spy Hunter, which I haven't played much of this game either. I just finished the tutorial missions, and that's pretty much it. Cause you're this guy in a car who's probably a spy, and you got government officials probably up there in those helicopters who are probably also spies. Because why not? Spyception. And it seems like a cool driving game about taking down evil spies of some kind. Because, prepare to be hunted. Prepare to hunt some spies. And again, I can't give my opinions on that game since I haven't played it that much. Alright, and then next is Grand Theft Auto 3 and Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Now, don't get me wrong, I want to get San Andreas, but at least I have these two. I haven't started Grand Theft Auto 3 yet, so I can't give my thoughts on that, but, this is like a essential game, or Vice City, or practically some of these other games, like the Ratchet and Clank games, Jak and Daxter, and what else? Gran Turismo, and what else? Maybe Ace Combat 4. But these are essential games. I don't know what to say about them because everyone knows about Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City and San Andreas and practically all the other Grand Theft Auto games, except for the first two. Ha! That's a joke. Which isn't shocking at all. Ha! No. Back. Vice City I played a little bit of, and the game like to be honest, these games have not aged well at all. Because looking at the backs of these games, they do not look good. They don't look good now. Like if you look at something like I said, Jak and Daxter, that game was aged pretty well. But yeah, I don't know what to say about Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City that hasn't been said already. They're both amazing games. Alright, and then the last PlayStation 2 game that I have is SSX. It's kind of a weird place to end, but yeah, SSX. Which is another launch title for the PlayStation 2. And I think this might be my favorite. This is for sure my favorite snowboarding game. And it's one of my favorite sports games, along with this and probably one of the Tony Hawk's game. I can't speak. One of the Tony Hawk games, but such a fun game. Controls are so tight in this game, like they are with Tony Hawk. But instead of skateboards, it's snowboards. And yeah. I don't really know what else to say about SSX, because I wish this series was still around, because I know there was a one for the PS3 and 360, which has the exact same name, but such a fun racing game. EA Sports Big is probably the reason why I would get into sports games, because they do like more arcadey sports games compared to like Madden, which I don't really care about, or no one really cares about. But yeah, SSX, get this game. that it's awesome. And yeah, that is it. That is my entire PlayStation 2 collection. Like, some of the highlights that I would say if you were to get are all the Ratchet and Clank games, SSX, Jak and Daxter, Metal Gear Solid 3 or 2, even though I haven't played 3 yet. What else? Thought there was another game that you should. Oh yeah, Zone of the Enders. Where is it? Where's Zone of the Enders? Oh, right there. But yeah, so thank you all for watching the video. Please comment, like, and subscribe. And next video is probably going to be either my 19th haul video, my original Xbox collection, my GameCube collection, my Wii U collection, or my Switch collection. But yeah, so shock the world and us, amiibros. Goodbye.